Great timing. So, welcome everybody to this week's Live with Lussetto. We are going to a total Seinfeld deal. We're going to have a show about nothing. We're running late and didn't get a guest lined up, and we thought we'd just have a quick, simple show. And as always, we'll be glad to take questions. Anybody's got questions. Right now, Jazz and mostly Jazz is getting a whole bunch of stuff done, kind of tidying up some behind the scenes stuff on getting show contracts and a few things tidied up, and weather's starting to feel like pulling out here. I don't know. I guess, Dan, you're not that far away, but you guys doing the same thing there in Cheyenne?
Yeah, 65 today and beautiful. Not much wind. Good day.
It's starting to feel like pulling season's right around the corner.
It is, and I'm not ready.
I'm glad to hear somebody else is not ready. We know Scott Walker and Dolan, they probably have everything running, tuned up, ready to go, I'm sure. So,
I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So, just a preemptive deal to update. Jazz, where are we at with the rule book?
I sent it to Ellen and Susan this morning.
Ready to get put on the website?
So Ellen should have it on the Outlaw website.
Okay.
I don't know where to find it. And then I need a little bit before I get it on our website.
That's fine. No, I don't
have to log in there.
That'll be fine.
Also, Ellen sent it to the printers so that our tech officials can have a copy of it.
Yes.
Hard copy with them.
And that brings up another point. We got to get finished up on our USPA tech tests.
Oh.
Please remind me. I have those in my backpack from.
Yeah. So we should work on a Western tech school type thing.
Yes. And, one thing that will be added that I know will be fairly new this year is, hey, let's get to that comment right there, Jazz, because that brings up a whole nother point.
What comment?
Did it not show up with from Marty Samuelson?
No.
Okay, we'll get to that.
I see a Kaylee saying hi, and the rest of them are me.
Okay, well then, moving on. We'll have a couple things that we really need to pay attention to as we will get to checking blankets on the tractors. I know of a guy that needs a couple blankets sent in and updated.
I know a guy that needs to get some helmets ordered.
Yep. No. That's
them.
That's awesome. Jazz has got a really sweet Simpson wrapped helmet that's out of date now. It's going to be a good shelf piece, right?
There you go.
I wonder if she went to go get it. But
sounds like we need a day trip to Speedway Motors, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see where. Yeah, she did go get her helmet, for God's sakes.
I brought it in because it does no good in the trailer anymore.
Where did you get that wrapped? I need to get mine wrapped.
Place in Michigan, but I think there's more. At the time, she got that when she was 16. So Jazz is getting to be an old lady by now. So kids later, married, all this other stuff. But yeah, she's had that for a while. I can't remember the place, but yeah, it was really neat. They sent us like 2 or 3 proofs, and she got to kind of pick out what she wanted.
It was not at all what I had started with either. They were pretty cool to work with.
Yes.
That's what my buddy that does all the my decaling and stuff like that. You say helmet and he just hangs up the phone on you.
It's not a no. It's a hell no.
Yeah. I did find a guy in Missouri that will do what is it? That dipping or whatever they call it.
They do that to helmets?
Yeah. I was watching a guy on a TikTok live or whatever, and I asked him. He said, "Yeah, he does them." So hydro dipping.
How do they keep the liquid out of the helmet?
I don't know if he can take the liner and everything out. I don't know, but he says he does.
I'm intrigued.
I need to drive 7 hours and look at my helmet, I guess.
Yeah, you got some other stuff to do in Missouri too. I haven't heard it from the wife for a while, but I'll just throw that out there.
Funny story. I helped a guy out that's about 15 minutes away from where I get that stuff.
Oh.
And he comes through here a lot.
Holy smokes. Can he swing by the old Coltrane factory on the way out? And you could be set for a while.
I know. I need to get another order in.
For Coltrane?
Yeah.
Are you running out?
Yeah, I got about a 12-pack left.
Jeff Winings may have a guy there that can do a helmet. Needs to check, but
really, well, I'll check with him, Jeff.
Yeah,
I would appreciate it.
Tori's checking in.
Oh, very cool.
That popped
didn't get my fire suit ordered, so
yeah. You had go ahead.
I was gonna say I want to order a new one too, but
mine disappeared. I went to go put my pants on in Arizona, maybe it was, and I couldn't find them.
That happened to me one time.
Somebody probably stole them to keep warm down there.
Well, that could be possible, yeah. But yeah, I don't know where they ended up.
Yeah. Jazz, it's hard for Jazz because she's got to shop like in the kids section, you know.
Well, yeah, there ain't nothing to her, so.
Yeah. I found a website and I might be able to get a purple one still.
Yeah. We'll get to one other thing, and nobody mentioned it yet, but
oh, hey, hold on. Tori says, "Whose trailer did you leave your pants in, Dan?"
Maybe Evans. I don't know, and don't ask why I would have left them there.
Way to make it weird, Dan.
Yeah, I hear you.
So
back to where you were going.
Yeah, back where I was going, Dan, and you might fill us in a little bit here, but we lost one of our pullers. Was it yesterday?
This morning.
Yep. I guess Brad Zeck passed away. Brad, I don't know how to say this, but Brad kind of started pulling with us out in Heartland a little bit, and then with the NSPA out in Colorado both, and then it wasn't long and he moved right on up and went, pulling national series. But he was a guy that we always enjoyed when he come out. We didn't see him all the time except for some of the national shows, but he stepped up that ladder pretty quick, and glad he did, because I know he thoroughly enjoyed pulling.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we put a lot of miles on in a short amount of time.
Yes, you did.
I think COVID summer we put 15 or 16,000 miles on.
Wow.
Went from Colorado clear to Nashville, Illinois.
Overnight. I remember that trip. That was that's one of the times I may have tapped out, been like, hey, that sounds like fun, huh? Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of good times. He's the one that actually got me started back into pulling and wanting to buy a tractor, and he let me run it part-time, and we had some pretty good times. So
Dan on a red tractor was always fun too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I never got to run anything but a red one or an orange one until I had to buy my own green one to run one. So, but yeah, we
and you said their services, is it in Ravenna Saturday?
Next Saturday.
Okay, a week from this Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's what I got told this morning anyway. I wasn't given a time yet. I don't know if that's.
Yeah, I was going to say, stay tuned. We'll try to put some stuff out on both, Heartland, and I'm sure some stuff will come out on the national series as well. So
yep, and I'll post as well. So
our thoughts and prayers will be with Lori and the rest of the family there.
Absolutely. So yeah, it wasn't something I wanted to wake up to this morning. No,
that's for sure.
So,
well, Dan, have you got anything else going on in your world, your tractor, or
not really?
It's or anything
actually getting worked on. It's started getting worked on today. So
your tractor did?
Yeah.
You done got over the heartburn of your trailer and get ready to tackle the tractor now, huh?
And I haven't even gone and got that picked up yet. So that one's but not doing a lot of changing, but we're changing brakes, and Meister texted me this morning and said, Jesus, those are heavy. Yeah, I think they were out of a straight truck. I never did ask Gary where he got them.
The brakes?
the master cylinders, yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they were heavy. One man couldn't put them in. I took them out once, and I needed help to get them back in. They're that heavy and awkward.
The master cylinder.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. So I'm going to lose some weight there, and it started some diet things.
Are you starting to, are you still running factory brakes, or are you running the brake hats?
No. Don Schulding, I talked with him, he did his 40-10, and he said there really isn't much weight savings from taking those out, but I do have some custom or some aluminum internal brakes to put on it. So
yeah. Well, Lord knows you could use a little front end weight. I wouldn't know what to do if I could see the grill.
Yeah. And I got a kid, hopefully a classmate of mine, gonna make a factory dash and cowling for it too, out of aluminum. So,
oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that'll help a bunch too. So,
yep,
slowly getting there.
Yep, no, that's good. Boy, Jazz, you got any other projects besides just tidying up the contracts and stuff?
Souvenir
book. Yep.
Gathering some pictures and stuff for that. So,
in your deadline, what you need that by the 15th, right, Jazz? Pictures.
Yes. Yep. 15th of April. And then the Young Guns are working on a coloring book too.
Okay. Well, that'll be neat.
So we're working on gathering information for that. Otherwise, yeah, contracts, start times.
Okay.
Tristan Myers has stuff for the book. Call him.
Oh yeah. You need to get a hold of him, Jazz.
I asked Kaylee to follow up with you today.
Oh, she did. We did a mock-up kind of, but I didn't like quite the quality of the pictures he sent. So,
okay.
But
and I can get stuff from some of the photographers if I need to.
Let's say that's one thing to remember too. If you're sending pictures in for the book and other stuff, it's the higher the quality of the picture,
but please don't send watermarked ones in either.
Yes, that is not cool. Yeah, at all. Yeah, that's how we get in trouble.
Okay, so if I need to contact Tristan, someone give me info.
We can do that.
Thank you. Russell Dostal says hello from Pierce, and Dale says Dan will have to put front wheels on now.
Yeah, well, it's to see if they actually turn. You may have to pack some wheel bearings.
Yeah, I might have to pack them before the season, I guess.
Yeah, I can tell you here, my work schedule has been, I've got so much stuff to do. It's almost overwhelming, just my day job. And I look across to the shop at the McCormick every once in a while and be like, oh, we really should look at that, but it's, man, I got so much other stuff to do. It's getting a little rough.
Yeah.
And my partner in crime, he hasn't helped me out a lot. He went out to, I'd like to say he went out for track, but he bought himself about a week that he can, I was 6-7 days he can hang out with his girlfriend, I think was more important.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. And let's see our season opener's the 6th.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's looking like it could be Ashton right now, which is kind of crazy to think about. We all could probably hit a couple of national series hooks, before that, most of our classes. But yeah, it's looking like it probably will be Ashton.
Really? Yeah. I got asked to come to Minnesota in late June, so I don't know. That might be the first. We'll see if we're ready to go by then.
Derek Moody says his new power plant is ready to run, working on the new tins and new paint for the Flying U.
Good. Now he's going big block, correct?
I believe
he's
so.
going a big block and switching from Chevy to Ford, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Oh, that's the other update I have, is to get memberships sent in.
Yes.
The sooner memberships are in, the more of the pit pass cards we can have done before the season starts.
Ahead of time. Yes, that's something, in the future we'll probably be looking at trying to crack down on a little bit, because it allows us a little more time to get all that stuff done, like the cards. And I say us, it's people from the national group do that for us, but it would be nice for them to have more time to get that stuff done.
Yeah.
I take it this is the comment you saw earlier, Dad?
Yes.
Marty says hi from Ravenna and a note about Brad Zeck. So, Ashton says 93 days.
Horrible.
Countdown is going.
Yeah.
Understood.
Tori Reardon asks if we have a form to prepay hooks.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Is that going to be an option for us this year?
Yes, no? I was actually waiting on Ashton to pick their classes so that I could finish the prepay form.
Oh, okay.
So now that is done, I need to finish the prepay form and get that sent out.
And then let me throw a curveball. As we're and I'm not going to give out any details, but we have potential of adding like 2 more polls, 1 east, 1 west. So we're just going to kind of, I mean,
but I can get the prepay out there, and they can prepay for X amount of hooks, and then if we have more, add later.
Okay, that's no problem.
But
is that how you're going to do that? Then is send out a form with what we have booked now, and then just send you a check then, or is that pay with a card or?
Yeah. Okay. Marty Samuelson asked when Ashton is. Ashton is July 6th. Dale Bartell says, doesn't Ashton take all the classes?
Well, there was some talk about adding a couple of classes. We have some interest, a little bit like what we did, and Dale was there last year with Palmer, where they brought the Cast Light Super or Light Super Egg. And also we have some guys with limited pros that could, depending on schedules, that we could start to add some of those classes to our shows. And I'm very excited about it, but I'll tell you, it's hard because the guys that chase national points, it's, I'm not saying impossible, but it sure isn't easy when they've got dang near 30 points hooks.
So the logistical side of picking
classes. There's some guys that would like to stay local and would support that, but there are other guys that really don't want to add runs to their equipment, which I completely get, because time you go make 30 passes in the summer, you're wearing your stuff out, and that's a pretty big time commitment. But that's something that we will continue to work on. And with this being said, that is on the east side, because once you hit the Kearney area, there aren't any Cast Light Supers or limited pros. All that stuff's in the east side. So, we'll explore more of that in the future. One thing it's going to be really hard to do, and we've had this question asked, is can we add a national class of like the 4-1s or the limited pros, and we just can't because of the number of hooks they have. That's
some of them are getting maxed out on the national side already.
Yes. And there's some stuff going on in Outlaw, like what they're doing right now. They're going to have some regional's not really the right word, but they're having some hooks that are in a few places that aren't for points for like the light limited pros, just because otherwise they could have easily 35 hooks. And it's just, it's too much on our members to try to run a schedule like that through the summer.
Oh yeah.
So, and I don't know, pretty big time commitment, we got to try to be careful. We've even had a little bit of an issue with some of that, of scheduling middle of the week polls, cause we've got to be careful we don't outrun our members. And that's, that's going to be more of a concern going forward, that we, keep it. Not every hook is a good hook to book. And that's, it's hard to do because, man, we want more hooks all the time on our end of the thing. But, even for like Dan as a competitor and me, when I put that other hat on, it gets tough to continually take off and go.
Yeah.
Poll by choice is this limited pros at Madison as non-points.
Yeah, that I don't know. I will say that, I paid attention a little more to the light limited pro just because we pull in that class, but I do know there's a handful of, I think, limited pro hooks that are that way.
What are they doing? Kind of a sweep type of deal or what?
Well, I can't say with certainty, but I understand there's going to be maybe a small separate points fund for those certain hooks.
They're calling them regional hooks.
They are okay.
Yes.
Because I know they're highlighted with yellow in the National Series schedule.
Yeah, so the Light Limited Pro correct at Madison is part of that regional hook.
Oh, Light Limited Pro is.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there another hook that day, Jazz? Because that is the 24th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, isn't that the same day as Randolph on our side?
Well, for us, yes, but I didn't know if there was. I didn't know if there was an 85 or Light Limited Pro hook elsewhere.
Not on the national schedule.
Okay.
They're not elsewhere that day. I think it just came down to numbers because they have 26 hooks.
Yeah. Okay.
They have the most hooks
of any class, dang near.
Of the season. They do, yeah.
Yep.
For weekend July.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some full.
Yep. Dan, where are you looking at going in Minnesota?
Wherever Josh Timms is from. It's up by maybe Albert Lee or Worthington, somewhere up in there.
Is it a NTPA hook?
No, I don't think so. I'd have to ask Evan.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of, Minnesota's a different state with pulling. Wisconsin's got several groups, and Minnesota, people correct me if you know, and I'd love to hear it. They got the UPM, which is an NTPA group, and otherwise probably the rest of it's a little bit of like Great Plains and some of those smaller groups, and some that maybe I don't know about.
Yeah,
I know. I think Bush maybe have one hook. I think in Worthington.
Yeah, and this one's up by Worthington somewhere. I don't think it's in. God, I can't remember the name of that town now. I'll have to ask Evan.
Okay.
So
no,
very
cool.
Asked if I'd come up there, so we'll see.
Yep.
So always fun to pull with a different group, I guess, and see what they're all about.
Absolutely. Well, vacation pulling.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, boy, I'm trying to think of anything else. I don't know. We're working on trying to get a guest lined up for next week. Likes to talk a lot, so that could be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about any new vehicles? Do you know of anything really new coming out?
Is there 2 new Econo mods coming out, or classic mods? What are the small blocks?
Classic mods. Yep.
2 of them I know of. Maybe another Light Limited Super if he's got time to get it done. I think he's got pretty much everything. He's just waiting on a set of gears.
Wow.
So that's all I know.
New Light Limited Pro McCook, which will be neat. We should be able to see that John Deere from McCook there. We should be able to see a handful of times.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that tractor, but yeah, I know he's pretty excited.
That's good. That'll be a great addition out to on the west side here.
So that one's on the membership list already.
Good.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm trying to think. I know Siebert will be out.
Yeah.
Good.
That'll be good to see that thing going again.
Pretty salty, hopefully. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he could be a tough one.
Calling John Curlow. We hit 2 pulls last year. We're going to shoot for 3 or 4 this year. We'll keep working on him.
Well, yeah. I told him there's room in my trailers, so.
Hey, you shouldn't be scaring him with like losing your pants and stuff, though. You might have to drive separate.
Marty says he may not go to Ashton. That's his 45th wedding anniversary. So somebody else might have other ideas.
Wow, man.
It's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is permission, Marty.
You could tell her to take her on a date.
Haley says good luck.
To the pull, yeah.
Yeah, we'll work on Mr. Curlow a little bit more.
Yeah, good. Yep. So, well, guys, I don't want to drag this out. If there's anything else, or anybody has any questions, we'd be glad to answer it. But
yeah,
I don't know too much else.
I don't either.
Dan's been pretty quiet up there. I haven't even heard the phone ring.
I got it muted.
You got
if it rang, I would be getting on it though, because everybody else, my Evan's out of service, so I'm watching
again.
Dan talked to me today, and I had to laugh at. You got to clean up you didn't have to, but clean up a wreck of eggs.
Yeah, we did. Well, we transloaded it here in the shop. Yeah, this all morning. And
you loaded it in the shop.
Yeah, we brought the trailer back here, and we thought it was eggs and like egg yolks and stuff in a pour container. Well, there was some of those, but there was also some in egg crates or cartons. So we had a mess. We got it all done. We got some eggs left.
Did you have a good forklift operator, or
we did
adequate?
No,
okay.
He's good and likes doing it. Well, I started at 7 this morning because I got up at 4:30. So, but yeah, no, that's about it. Evan's in the mountains trying to rescue an excavator.
So it wasn't Evan the forklift. Okay.
No, it wasn't Evan. No.
Okay.
No. Somebody drove an excavator in a ditch, so he's trying to winch it. They must have got it out. They're moving anyway. So
is that with the new truck?
No. The new one's in Salt Lake City right now, getting lights put on it and a couple mounting brackets. So it'll be another probably couple weeks before we got it done and ready to go.
And just for everybody else, Evan ordered a new rotator truck. And tell me what that thing will lift. How many ton?
It's a 50 ton.
50 ton.
Yep.
And it's been ordered for what, a year?
We were supposed to have it last April.
So it's just basically a year behind.
So yeah, it was ordered 2 years ago, basically. So yeah. If
anybody wants to check it out, that is a fancy, man. That's a cool looking truck. What's the name of the tow company there, Dan? Plug for
Southern
Evan.
Wyoming Towing and Recovery, and I think we also got it posted on our Rocky Mountain Towing.
Both
Facebook
of them
page as well. So
yeah,
it's pretty impressive.
I'm looking for a link
buttons and
here.
switches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to take a training course to run it. So.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
No.
All right. Well, Jazz, you should just post a link or share that on our Facebook page. If anybody wants to check it out.
Put the link in the comments. I had to go find it.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think I could go find some supper.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
And you good?
You cooking then or what?
I don't know.
No, I was gonna say I'd be there in about an hour and a half.
To be determined. You couldn't make it that fast.
I could if you're buying.
A little farther. Yeah. Well, it could happen. So, all right. Well, guys, thanks everybody. And like I said, I'm working on lining somebody up for next week. And have a good week. We'll see you then.
Yeah. And if anybody out there has any ideas for guests that they'd like to see on, let us know.
Absolutely. And doesn't always have to be strictly just a Heartland deal.
Yeah.
I don't mind getting out of there. Just like, we had some of the light super people last week, and Fair Valley was phenomenal.
Yeah. So, really enjoyed visiting with those guys.
Oh, that was top notch. Yep.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, guys, have a great night.